How much does your dream cost? Count it up. And then once you know how much your dream is going to cost you, do what it takes to do that legally, lawfully, and fairly. If you can, figure out the numbers in your head, write up a plan for how you want to get there, and start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Brendan Ecker Influence, where I teach you how to succeed, accomplish your dreams, and develop multiple income streams. Today, we're talking about why marketing agencies are so expensive. Why should you be more expensive? So if you like this show, if you've been liking a lot of the content I put out, some of the repurposed motivational content, then be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. We're trying to grow it, we're trying to monetize it, and we're also trying to spread the word for other entrepreneurs and provide as much value as possible. So please be sure to do that, support the show. The reason you need to get into arbitrage, and when I say arbitrage, I mean e-com, okay? I'm talking SMMA. The reason you need to get into these industries, these niches, is because it's a saturated market, and that's what I love about it. See, most people are going to run away from a saturated market. Most people are going to run away from the competition. But fuck that. What does it mean when there's a saturated market? It means that there's money in the market, baby. That means that there's money there to be made. That means that there's gladiators. That means that there's competitors. That means that there's people who can buy from you. There's more money there. Okay? The more niched your product is, you got to have it perfect. You're going to have to be on the cutting edge. You're going to have to find investors. It's going to be way harder for you to make money quickly, okay, or get funding quickly. So the reason so many people are starting marketing agencies today, whether it's SEO, social media management, whether it's lead generation, whether it's giving you, writing your books for you, whether it's publishing your books for you, whether it's running your ads for you, you'll find a lot of different marketing agencies that are offering the same services. The reason they do that is because you can make a lot of money doing it. And that's the truth. Okay, and I've learned a lot about this agency. I've kind of, I'm an entrepreneur. I like to study business. I like to study different things that work. I'm very fascinated by it. I'm very fascinated by experimenting with, different strategies, money-making strategies. Now, this episode that I'm making with the spare hour and 20 minutes I have. And at this moment, I have a little bit of free time to make this video, so I'm doing that. Every chance I get, I'm producing content. I'm not consuming it. That's important. Don't consume content. You need to produce content. You need to produce it. You need to be producing content. The content's going to make you money, okay? Repurpose content. You can make shit tons of money just on Instagram, just on YouTube, repurposing other people's content, right? Creating YouTube shorts. Okay, you pay, I think it's $24 a month or something like that for a basic plan on Veed.io, Veed.io, or .ai or something like that. And this video editing software, it'll create all your stuff for you. You can create slide decks. You can create entire freaking videos. You can create entire avatars that are just AI generated. It's amazing. You can do a lot of cool stuff today. You can create AI generated shorts with all the captions and everything. It's the best, and that's what I like to use. Okay, so the reason people are getting into these marketing agencies and the reason people get into business and to begin with is, one, because they want freedom, they want time, they want the ability to live their lives the way they want to, but also to make a lot of money. Because who doesn't want to make a lot of money? You're a fool and you're a sucker if you don't want to make a lot of money. If you're okay with making average $100K a month, if you're okay with making $100,000 a year, that's great. Because it's not exactly unlivable income today, but it's pretty close. You really need at least $200,000, $300,000 a year, and so you need to find a way to get that. What's the special word? Arbitrage. Yes, arbitrage. You need to be making arbitrage all the time. So, you sell something for $1 million. You sell, a great example is for a house. Okay, you buy a house, you buy a foreclosure. Let's say you buy a foreclosure from the banks. House foreclosed for, let's just say, $350,000. Let's just say you got the cash, you pick up that house. Boom. Now you're going to renovate it. Okay? And don't worry, you didn't buy the whole thing out. Actually, what you did was, because the banks were selling it, you took maybe 10, 20, 30, 40K. You put that into the house as a down payment, essentially, and then you fixed up and renovated the house with the rest of your cash on hand. Now, after you did that, you went, put a tenant in there, they paid for it, you refinanced it, and then you got all this extra arbitrage. Yes, it's like owning real estate, right? Owning real estate is arbitrage. It's the greatest example of arbitrage. You own a house, you buy a house at $100,000, then when you sell it for $600,000, $500,000 profit. Boom, arbitrage. That's how it works. Okay, e-commerce is another great example of arbitrage, how you can make more money by essentially selling a product or a service, but really e-commerce is more a product, right? So let's just say you're selling coffee mugs, right? Like this is a coffee mug. By the way, if you want to go buy a Gold Shark Media coffee mug, this isn't one of them. This is just actually just one of these, normal prototype coffee mugs I had just sitting around, and I just kind of wrote my name on it with a gold Sharpie because, I don't know, ADHD. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. Weird. If you are really trying to succeed in business, if you're trying to win, then an important part of this entire process is being sure that you can understand arbitrage. So you have to always be thinking about arbitrage, right? So like a coffee mug, right? For example, a coffee mug, you're going to sell that coffee mug for maybe $15, okay? And then but it costed you about total maybe $10 to ship it, to create it. So you made $5 profit, $5 arbitrage. There you go. Now you're getting it. So at the end of the day, this is what business is. Okay, you can either work at a job and make $200 every single day for 8 to 12 hours of your day, every single day for the rest of your life, or you could make $2,000 a day just because you're able to get clients that will pay you that. Think about that for a second. What if you got 5 clients in 1 week and each of them paid you $2,000? Yeah, that's crazy. That's how it happens. You just made $10K in 1 week, and that can happen. Now, that's a pretty fucking lucky bet, especially if you're new. But, as time goes on, you'll find that these deals become easier. When you get more video testimonials of people talking about your product or your service in a positive way, you're going to be able to charge even higher. And you charge higher every single time. You're going to charge higher every single new client you get. That's the trick. That's the key to staying alive in marketing. That's the key. Okay, because again, a lot of this is arbitrage, and you got to think like that. You got to take your profits and your wins first. Okay, now, we're talking a lot about profit here, but we also should talk about our clients. Why is this important for our clients to invest in a marketing agency or to invest in your product on an e-commerce store, for example? Why should your client buy your product? What makes you important? What makes your product important? What makes your service important? It's the value in that current time of your prospect's life. So right now, at whatever time it is on your clock, take a look. Somebody around the world at this current time, whoever's watching this, maybe it's you, there's something you need right now. What if you needed a hat because you lived in Alaska? Well, I would tell you to go to Gold Shark Media and you can buy a Gold Shark Media hat, for example. And I would make about $6 to $7 profit off of that sale, even after shipping and everything, right? And so imagine you get 80 of those a day. Wow, it's just unimaginable. You can't make enough money in e-commerce, and you have to get used to arbitrage in this light. You got to get used to social media marketing, which is a service-based business, B2B, or you need to focus on e-commerce, or you can do a hybrid like Gold Shark Media does, where we have marketing services and packages, bundled packages, and then we also provide you an entire e-commerce platform. We give you e-learning products, just digital products, right? You can buy digital PDFs from our entire website, or you can just buy physical products. You can buy a sweatshirt, Gold Shark Media sweatshirt, Gold Shark Media hat. We just put all the merch on there, right? That's all arbitrage that's going to be going to Gold Shark Media. This is the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to plug you. I'm trying to teach you how this works. And this is why you see so many people starting a marketing agency today. Not everybody's good at it. Yep, not everybody's good at marketing. And not everybody should be even running a business because most people are super lazy. Most people are lazy as fuck. Like, most people can't even get off their butt. Most people can't even plan their life like a week ahead. And here I'm living like 50 years ahead. I'm like 50 years into the future with the moves I'm always making, right? And so that's how you got to be, right? All the most successful people on earth are living a century ahead of you. And they're making moves, though. They're also taking action. They're not talking about it. They're getting shit done. And that's another thing. You need to take action if you're going to be running some kind of agency, a business, just a business in general. It doesn't have to be a marketing agency. It really doesn't have to be an e-commerce brand. It doesn't matter. If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, everything relies on you. It relies on whether or not you're able to keep the business going, whether you can make more money in the business. That's honestly what it comes down to. Okay. So this is why people run marketing agencies. You can make a shit ton of money from it. You can get rich doing this. If you're dedicated, if you're committed, if you can handle rejection, because it's going to take a lot. This is a saturated market. If you're going to be competing with me, just get ready, because I'm going to wipe you out. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to wipe you out. You'll probably wipe me out, Who knows? Maybe you can be hyper motivated. Let's see what you got. But at the end of the day, this can change your life versus staying at a job for 30 years. Who wants to stay at a job for 30 years when you could just run a business and you make $2,000 a day? And that's easy. It's easy if you really put your mind to it. If you're just direct, if you tell people exactly what you're selling them, and don't bullshit them. People and business owners in particular get enough LinkedIn DMs every single day offering products and services. And I know whatever you send, you got to do it. You have to do cold outreach. That's another important part. A lot of people don't even do cold outreach. A lot of people don't even follow up with their leads. Not even a little. Not even like for a holiday sale. Like just yesterday, we sent out, I think, 200 messages through just LinkedIn and Instagram combined within the same 2-hour time frame, just offering our merchandise to different business owners. Okay? And then oftentimes we'll even leave like an organic comment on people's posts. Be like, hey, love that. By the way, we're also offering this if anybody is interested. And then you put your little website link, directs traffic. It's simple things like that. You got to get creative. But to own a marketing agency, to own an e-commerce brand, you're freeing your life. And this is why people do it. Arbitrage is everything. Arbitrage is what it's all about. Arbitrage is where you make the wealth. Again, you got to think of arbitrage as a freedom, as a source of freedom. Okay? Because it is. Arbitrage is what's going to allow you to live the life of your dreams. So close your eyes. Imagine what you want. Imagine your home. Imagine your family. Imagine everything you could have if you were to just be a master of arbitrage. Okay, again, so we're selling something for $100. It costs us $50 to make it, making a $50 profit after that sale. $50. Imagine if you could do that 100 times a day, just through Google Ads, where you don't have to do nothing. You spend $1,000 in Google Ads, you got a $100 product. Woo! Look at that, you're making some money very quickly. As long as you can fulfill the services, of course. If you got an empty bank account, if you got nothing to fulfill the services, no money to fulfill your e-commerce brand services, then at this point, this is when you're going to want to get into social media marketing. So now you start messaging people on LinkedIn, say, hey, would you like me to manage your social media for you? I'm pretty good at it, and I could definitely free you up some time. I think we'd be good at it. I noticed your page was lacking a couple likes here and there. I'd love to help be a part of it and help grow the brand organically. I can schedule you out some content until, let's just say, Valentine's Day. Boom. I'll do this for $300. I'll do this for $500. I'll do this for $2,000. See, ideally, you should try to shoot for $2,000. You should really try to keep your baseline costs at $2,000 for prospects. If you're a marketing agency or if you're a freelancer, depending on, now at the end of the day, a lot of the clients you're going to find that just do not have that money to spend. And so you might just waste a whole day trying to look for somebody to pay you $2,000. So if somebody can only pay you $100, then you take it, because that's honestly just smart. You take what you can get. And then you help your client as much as you possibly can, because at the end of the day, your client is number one. Okay, because this whole time we've been talking about profit, and that's what this episode's about. It's about arbitrage, but at the end of the day, I want to really emphasize how important your clients are too in all of this. Okay, if you don't care about your clients, you will not have clients. If you only care about making the money, I promise you the money will not come to you. It just won't, because you're going to be so obsessed and strung out over it, and you're going to become selfish with it and greedy, and then your clients are going to get really pissed because they're not getting sales and things aren't happening for them, and they're wasting money, and you're the reason. And they're going to tell people that. So, unfortunately, we've suffered this. We're not perfect. We've had clients where, we started off pretty good, and then we just weren't able to make them sales at the end of the day. We did everything we could, and we just couldn't make them sales. But you can't beat yourself over that. You can't beat yourself up over that. Because at the end of the day, not everybody has a sustainable business model, and at the end of the day, you have to eat. You got to feed your family. And at the same time, a lot of the clients that don't have money to pay you and they pay you just enough, you know who I'm talking about, marketing agency owners. You know what I mean. The people who can only pay you just enough, or they can't pay you at all, and they want the free services. Those are the worst clients ever to have. And it's not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just, with everything we do for a client, let's go back to the social media management, Google ads, Facebook ads. We're setting up your entire email marketing campaigns. We're sending 5,000 emails a month for you. We're setting up a website for you with full optimization across Google. I mean, it's like, easily that's a $10,000 service because we're doing everything, all things marketing. And this is what allows you to charge that. Because there are people, I'm one of these people. I'll admit it. I'm a real estate investor. I love money. Real estate's the business of money, as well as banking. Okay, it's one of those two. If you're either in real estate or if you're in banking, you know what I'm talking about. You like money. And so at the end of the day, I have no problem investing 20 grand into a marketing agency as long as I have full confidence that they're going to be able to give me the sales I need, right? As long as I know that whoever I hire to do all of my marketing, as long as I know that they can get me a profit and a return on investment within a 6 month to a year time frame, I am a client who gladly invests in those agencies, and I let them run with it. Because a marketing agency isn't just about being ripped off. Okay, not every marketing agency is out to rip you off, because you have to think about what the value is. What do you get out of a marketing agency? Well, you're getting a lot of free services essentially, despite the money that you pay. And what do I mean by that? So it's like, the reason a marketing agency is so important, guys, is because honestly, at the end of the day, it's very important to be able to bring people to your website. It's very important that you don't have a dead social media. It's very important that you're using the platforms correctly. It's very important that you're getting people to believe in your product more than anything. And of course, you're making sales. But the way that you make sales is through a marketing team, honestly. Because without the marketing, without the advertising, without the eyeballs watching you and your brand, nobody even knows about you. So this is why it's so important to invest in a marketing agency in the beginning. Now, it depends. At a certain point, you do have to do your due diligence, your research. Who has real video testimonials, or who has testimonials at all? You know what I mean? There's some agency owners, you won't even see any testimonials. Don't work with them. Unless they have like great referrals, unless you know that they're like super famous and they're good at what they do. Like, there's not a lot of influencers I can think of that I would want to work with, just because I would know how busy they already are. And I'd also know, they don't really need to help me that much. They're not in need of my money. So they have no real incentive but to just take my money. That's in my head. Okay. But at the same time, I have to, on the flip side, I got to remember when I hire a marketing agency, that marketing agency's posting 90 to 300 pieces of content a month across all these different platforms for me, making me famous basically. Right? While everybody else and all my competitors are doing nothing. Right? And that's why it's so important to have a marketing agency. Otherwise, you're going to do all this work by yourself. It takes time to schedule content. And I'm telling you this because I've done it. I've spent time, and too much time, trying to do everything myself because I didn't believe in somebody else. And another thing that happens with marketing agency owners and entrepreneurs, whatever it is, whatever the business model is, doesn't have to be marketing. As soon as you hire people, as soon as they lose you a little bit of money, you're going to feel the heat. And you're going to feel like, fuck, why did I do this? Why did I hire anybody? But at the end of the day, it's one of the best decisions you can make, because the amount of work that they can get done when you let them run with it, right? You pay them what they need to be paid, and then you let them run with it. Whether it's an agency, whether it's a freelancer, they might cost you money. You might not get sales right away. But what I can tell you is you're going to have more public notoriety than most people. You're going to have shit getting done for you when you didn't even have to lift a finger. Right? All of this stuff gets taken off your plate with a marketing agency. That's why so many successful brands to this day work with marketing agencies, because it's powerful. It's powerful to have a brand where your name, your message is being spread to the world. It's a powerful thing to have a brand that people associate success with. And the only way you can truly have that is if you got a team that's able to get the job done correctly. And at the same time, you got to make sure that, when you pay a marketing agency, make sure you're seeing some kind of return, of course. But at the end of the day, you got to think bigger as a client. Like as a prospect, you have to remember that marketing agencies, they don't make a super big killing. But at the end of the day, they can make you rich. They can at least get you viral. They can at least get you a YouTube channel. They can at least get you social media content and create that for you with, calls to action. They can at least set up your Google ads to 97.8% optimization. They can at least set up your Facebook ads so you're making 2 sales a day. It's not easy. people think it's so easy to run ads and you just make money, you make sales. It's not what happens at all. It's all, I can tell you right now, anybody who's getting into business is in for a long, rude awakening, because this requires grit, it requires wisdom, it requires patience, and also taking action nonstop and constantly troubleshooting and problem solving. That's just been my experience running an agency. Running a marketing agency, I've learned a lot. I've learned that everybody's in this business. I get at least 10 messages a day from different marketing agency owners, and some of them are just, there's some of them are new, they're just starting out, and then some of them are just, killing it, and they actually can really help me, and I just can't afford them. Me, I have a lot of money, and I can't afford some of these different marketing agencies. But at the end of the day, do it if you can. Marketing agencies are great. They're going to get you way further than if you do everything yourself. If you go and hire a bunch of W-2 employees that are literally going to just drain your bank account, drain your wallet, make everything harder, right? Freelancers, you don't really know what their skills are. They just they have this portfolio that they have out there. You kind of just trust them, right? With a marketing agency, it's like you'll get multiple testimonies and multiple clients that we've had, at least, telling you how we did through video and through like real actual testimonials on the website, as you can see. So on the website, you can look at our testimonials, you'll see everything. Guys, essentially, this is the power of entrepreneurship and arbitrage. This is the power of entrepreneurship and arbitrage. Sales, marketing, advertising, investing in a marketing agency, why you should charge premium, right? Again, why should you charge premium? Do you know? Some of you should already know. Some of you should have already been watching. Most of you should have already read $100 million Leads and $100 million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Some of you should have already followed Ty Lopez on social media. Maybe you guys have already watched his content. Some of you guys have followed Joel Kaplan, one of the great kings of SMMA. Kind of taught hundreds of great agency owners how it's done. And now those agency owners are doing fantastic with their lives and living the lives they never imagined possible. So this is why people do this, because it is a great business model. And it's a side hustle, sure, but you could turn it into your life. You could honestly only do this for 1 year, and if you were truly motivated, if you sent 200 DMs a day, you'd probably make $300 grand a year. Easy. Just sending 200 DMs a day to different people. So all I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is, get into business. Don't be afraid to hire a marketing agency just because they're expensive. It's not always about the price. It's about the value that you're getting. It's about what you're getting out of it. It's not always about the cash flow and the profit either. Sometimes it's about just getting brand awareness. Sometimes it's just about getting started. Sometimes it's just about actually having a brand that people finally know about. Maybe you've been hustling for years and nobody's really noticed your brand. Maybe you haven't been able to book a single appointment in like 2 years, again, because super saturated market. Without those video testimonials, without that amazing background, you're not going to get those clients. Somebody else is going to get them. And it's going to be the number one in the industry usually. The number one, the top 5 marketing agencies, for example, will typically get 95% of the clients. It's crazy. And so this is why you need to, constantly be thinking about ways to make money outside of just SMMA. You got to be thinking about e-commerce. You got to be thinking about real estate. You got to be thinking about screenwriting maybe. I don't know. You got to think of creative ways to make money all the time. All the time. Because if you don't, you're going to be completely fucked. And if you don't have money, everybody likes to disagree with me when I say this, but if you don't have money, you will not have a wife. You will not have children. You will not have a good life. It will be very miserable for you. You will be very depressed every single day. You will resent the people you love closest to you unless you get success. Or you're going to go backwards. You're going to be fine with your life, but you're just going to not even know where you're going. You're going to be delusional. You're going to be hanging out with the wrong people. You're going to go down a completely different track, and next thing you know, you're going to be in a jail cell, and you're going to be like, where the fuck did I go? How did this happen? So, get focused. Get motivated. Get into business. Learn. Become a master. Become a master. Tell you what, there's too many distractions today. There's too many ways. There's too many excuses. Everybody's a pussy. Everybody wants to just quit. Everybody wants to leave America. Everybody wants to believe in a system that's broken. Everybody wants to go get a job, collect a paycheck for doing nothing. Everybody wants to have a business that's making $10 million, but they don't want to do 10 million hours worth of work. You know, Elon Musk, Alex Hormozy, some of these guys are working 60 to 120 hours a week, minimum. So as much as that sounds impossible, but they are. And you can see it with the results. You can see it with the content they schedule out. I probably put in about 80 hours a week on average, because we are a new agency, Gold Shark Media. We are very new. So I'm constantly training new freelancers. I'm very open about that. I don't pretend like we're this 30-year agency who's been together, had our shit together forever. Nope. We're a newer agency. We've been around a little under 2 years. June 1st of 2024, June 1st of 2025 will be our second year in business. So really proud of that. And we've been able to amass dozens of clients now. Now, really, a lot of them small plans, simple, customized solutions, but we always work with anybody we can. And we try to help businesses as much as we possibly can, because at least me, myself, I understand what it's like to have no money. I know what it's like to be poor. It fucking sucks being poor. It fucking sucks not having anything. It fucking sucks not having resources. I get it. I know. But what sucks even more than that is doing something you hate, where you don't make enough money, and where everybody looks down on you and disrespects you. Fuck that. Fuck those people. Don't let anybody disrespect you. You have a great life ahead of you if you choose to hone it, to conquer, like you're supposed to do as a man. If you're a female, same thing, whatever. Be a female conquest. Be a female conquest story. Change the world. Change the narrative. Change the game. Control the narrative. Control the game. And then you will be free. How badly do you want to succeed? How badly do you want a good life for yourself? Simple as that. What are you willing to do for it? Do you want to be average? Maybe you just want a $200,000 home. Maybe you just want a $200,000 home. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you just settle for an average life. Maybe that's cool. Maybe it's cool to just live in mediocrity and to go to a job that's average and I get it. I get how people can be fulfilled by that. But I want you to know that there's more for you. And that's the secret that people don't understand. There's so much more than just the job. And I'm not trying to get people to leave their jobs. I'm not trying to insult anybody with a job. What I want to do is motivate you to do more than what you're currently doing at your current job. What can you do that will exceed your expectations and allow you to conquer your dreams? Well, the first step is to make enough money to conquer your dreams. How much does your dream cost? Count it up. And then once you know how much your dream is going to cost you, do what it takes to do that legally, lawfully, and fairly, if you can, ethically. But figure out the numbers in your head, write up a plan for how you want to get there, and start. Most people never start. Most people never start. Most people never begin. Most people spend their whole lives waiting, thinking that everything's just going to get better, thinking that a solution is going to fall on your lap. No. You need to take constant, immediate action. You always need to be working. You always need to be fighting, because everybody wants you dead. Everybody wants you destroyed. They don't want you to have anything. And that's the truth. And that's not me being paranoid. It's the facts of the world. Human nature doesn't care how bad your life is, how hard your life is, how sad your story is. Fuck that. We're going to get it done. Fuck that shit. We're going to get it done. As Elon Musk said, fuck that shit. We're going to get it done. He said that on the Let's Freeman podcast. He said, whether you're in a good mood, bad mood, it doesn't matter. And I'm the same way. Whether I'm in a good mood or whether I'm in a bad mood, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. I am too focused on my own goals. I'm too focused on my own visions. But moreover, I'm focused on my family. That's what really drives you. What drives you? What makes you want to succeed? What's the point? What's the point of making millions of dollars? Like when you reach your goals, when you've made millions and millions and millions, maybe billions is your goal, then what happens? I know it's a tough question, but what happens next? You gonna invest in real estate? You gonna start a family? How many kids are you gonna have? I want 3. No, I'm sorry. Wait. My girlfriend wants three. My girlfriend wants three kids. I want at least 10 kids. That was always my number. I wanted anywhere from like minimum 6 kids to 10 kids. And the reason for that is just because I truly believe that the human experience, our purpose is to recreate if we're given the ability to. And if you're not given the ability to recreate, then your purpose on earth is to innovate and to help make the world a better place, a more capable place, a more convenient place, a more mysterious place, but also a place where dreams and visions can become reality. The American dream. Innovation is everything. If you can't have kids, like that's kind of what I want. My whole purpose for making a lot of money in my life is so I can take care of my family, so I can pay off everybody's bills, so I can donate to the county of which I grew up in my entire life, so I can donate to law enforcement, love-hate relationship. But you know what? There's so many good cops out there. And as much as some police officers don't like that I've started this YouTube channel and taken this path I've taken and written the books I've written or whatever, I do support this career. I support law enforcement. I support the badge. I support the thin blue line. Till the day I die, I always will. And so those are some of my goals. I want to be able to support my family, my son's great grandchildren. One day they will watch this video. Grandkids, if you're watching this, my message to you is to conquer the world. Everything in this episode is real, and nothing should be much different today. The same principles apply to life. And if you want more advice that's better than I can give you, you need to read the Holy Bible. And then you need to make sure you're interpreting the correct texts of the Holy Bible, because you'll learn a lot of new truths about the Bible as evolution progresses. We'll learn a lot of new truths about religion, science, everything. So to my great-grandchildren watching and listening, be sure to never give up on your goals, never give up on your dreams. Conquer, destroy them with all your might, with all your motivation inside. And you don't do it for you. You're not here to be happy. You're not on earth to have fun. You're on earth for a purpose, and that's to change the world. That's to do things that are larger than life, to protect your fellow man, to spread the word of Christ. We're Christians. I'm a Christian. Always have been my entire life. Some people there's honestly people who really believe that I wasn't a Christian. Like, I've always been a Christian. Clearly and obviously, I was a Jesus freak at one point in my life. All the kids I went to middle school with would remember. There was a point in time where I was obsessed with the Holy Bible. I could tell you more about the Holy Bible than most people could. I've forgotten a lot of it now. I really do got to read it again myself. So anyways, to my great-grandkids watching, or to your great-grandkids watching, audience, conquer the world. Be sure to get good at arbitrage. Learn how to make money. Money is what gives you the fuel to life. Without the money, you can't get what you want. You want a nice car, you got to buy assets. So the assets can buy you that car. What do I mean by assets? You got to buy real estate that cash flows, or buy a business that cash flows, like a laundromat. You buy a storage facility. Basic principles. Make money for yourself first. Money first. Buy an apartment complex if you got the extra cash too, because then that'll generate your cash flow. Bam, no more poverty, no more problems, no more jobs that you hate. Let's do the real stuff we want to do. Most of you don't even know what you really want to do in life. Most of you think that having a job is, okay, yeah, I have a job. It's content. It's fun. I like it. You go to Thanksgiving, you tell your family about how much you like your job. But do you? What would you do if you had $100 million plus? What would you do? Would you still be at that job? I bet you wouldn't. Be at that job. You'd be conquering your goals. You'd be doing whatever you want to fucking do. Nobody can tell you what to do because you got $100 million plus. So go make some money. Change the fucking world. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a pussy. Conquer. Be a hero. Be a leader. Leaders are respected. They might be hated. You might be hated being a leader, but you will be respected. You will be respected for being in the arena. It's not Thomas Jefferson. You will be respected, but for being in the arena. As Theodore Roosevelt said. His entire quote. The man in the arena. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you on marketing agencies, arbitrage, sales, how to make money, why to start a business, all this, basic stuff in life that can make you a better person and give you a better edge. Okay, so Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and be sure, if you're watching this, keep going, keep fighting, keep working hard towards your goals. Don't give up yet. Don't give up. Never give up. You never give up. There's always another day. You just keep fighting. You keep swinging until your ass is down on the ground, knocked the fuck out. You get back up when you're knocked out. Okay? You get knocked out, you wake up, you get back up. Okay? Keep fighting for what you want. Think about your family. Think about your goals. Think about your legacy. And don't stop until you win. Stay prudent, stay powerful, and stay wealthy.